Chapter 5, in which care weighs upon the shining house and a new system of education is decided on for Tistou. Care is a form of sorrow which oppresses one in the morning and stalks beside one throughout the day. Care will slip into the room when you aren't looking, hover among the leaves in the wind, travel on birdsong, creep along bell wires. That morning at Mirepoix, Care's name was Not Like Other People. Even the sun was reluctant to rise. "I don't like the idea of having to wake up poor Tistou," he said to himself. "As soon as he opens his eyes, he'll remember he's been expelled from school." The sun decided to take evasive action and merely emitted little tiny rays, heavily lined with mist. The sky over Mirepoix stayed grey. But Care had more than one trick in his bag, and he had an inordinate desire to be noticed. He slipped into the factory siren, and everyone in the house heard the huge siren scream, "Not like other people. Tistou is not like other people." So Care entered Tistou's room. What's going to happen? Tistou wondered. He dug his head into the pillow, but he couldn't go to sleep again. He had to admit that it was a most unfortunate thing to be able to sleep so well in school and yet so badly in one's bed. Amelia, the cook, grumbled to herself as she lit the stove. "Our Tistou, not like other people. I've never heard such nonsense. He's got 2 arms and 2 legs, hasn't he?" And Carolus, as he angrily polished the banister, said, "Tistou, not like other people. Just let 'em there come and say it to my face and see what happened to them." Carolus, it should be pointed out, spoke with a slight foreign accent. And in the stables, the stable boys whispered to each other, "Not like other people? A nice boy like that? What do you make of it?" And since horses share the cares of human beings, the roan thoroughbreds seemed positively irritable, switched their tails and pulled at their halters. Beautiful Mare had suddenly grown 3 white hairs on her forehead. Only the pony Gymnast seemed unperturbed and ate his hay quite calmly, baring his beautiful white teeth, each of which was crowned by a sort of clover leaf. But apart from the pony, who pretended indifference, everyone was really worried as to what was to be done with Tistou. And it was naturally his parents who asked themselves this question the most anxiously. Mr. Father stood before his looking-glass, making his hair shine, but he could take no pleasure in it. Indeed, was doing it only out of habit. The boy, he thought, seems more difficult to develop even than a gun. Reclining on her pink pillows, Mrs. Mother dropped a tear into her morning coffee. "If he goes to sleep in school, how is he ever to be taught anything?" she asked Mr. Father. "Inattention may not be an incurable disease," replied the latter. "Dreaming is undoubtedly less dangerous than bronchitis," replied Mrs. Mother. "But Tistou has got to grow up sometime," said Mr. Father. After this anxious conversation they fell silent a moment. They were both thinking, what are we to do for the best? Mr. Father was a man of quick and bold decisions. Managing an armament factory tempers the mind, and he loved his son very much. "It's quite simple. I know the answer," he said. "Tistou learns nothing at school? Very well, he shall not go to school. Books send him to sleep? There will be no more books. Since he's not like other people, we shall try an entirely new system of education. He shall learn those things he must know by direct observation. He shall learn about stones, gardens, and fields on the spot. He shall be taught the administration of town and factory and all else that can help him to become a grown-up person. After all, life is the best school there is. We shall soon see whether it works or not." Mrs. Mother enthusiastically approved Mr. Father's decision. She almost regretted having not other children to whom such a delightful system of education might be applied. As far as Tistou was concerned, that was the end of having to swallow down his bread and butter in a hurry and carry a satchel about, while his desk, on which his head had so often fallen involuntarily in sleep, was a thing of the past. So was the figure 0. A new life was about to begin. The sun shone again.